Okay, so welcome to another deep dive. Today, we're going to be looking at something pretty unusual. And, well, frankly, when I first saw this, I knew I had to bring in an expert to help me unpack it all.
Well, I'm happy to be here.
So, I mean, just to give everyone some context, we're going to be looking at a question that really, kind of sits at this weird intersection of martial arts and politics.
Okay, sounds interesting.
So the question, just as it was posed to me, is,
Yeah.
could Kung Fu have helped Kamala Harris beat Donald Trump?
Yeah.
And this is where it gets even weirder. If so, which style would have been her secret weapon?
Wow, that's quite a question.
I know, right? And that's why I wanted to bring you on, because I mean, on the surface it seems kind of out there and maybe even a little silly.
Yeah.
But I think if we really dig in here, there might be something deeper that we can pull out of this.
Oh, absolutely. I think anytime you have these kind of unusual questions, these unexpected juxtapositions, it can really force you to think about things in a new way.
Exactly, exactly. And I think, even just starting with the premise, the idea that we're even asking if Kung Fu could have helped in a political context,
Right.
it speaks to something about how we view politics, right?
Right. And I think there's this almost instinctive tendency to frame politics in terms of fighting and conflict.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We talk about, battleground states and campaign strategies.
Yeah, it's all very combative language.
It is, and so that's maybe the first layer here, right? Like, why are we so quick to see politics as a fight?
Right. And then you get to the second part of the question, which is where it gets really interesting to me, because it specifies a particular style of Kung Fu. The drunken master.
Yeah, yes, the drunken master.
The one where the fighter looks unsteady and unpredictable.
Yeah, almost like they're stumbling around.
Yeah, exactly. I can't help but imagine like a politician weaving and bobbing through a debate, just throwing everyone off balance with these unexpected movements.
Right, right. And I think that's where it starts to get really metaphorical, right?
Oh, for sure.
Because the drunken master style at its core isn't really about brute force.
No, yeah.
It's about deception and using your opponent's strength against them.
Yeah.
It's about finding opportunity in what appears to be chaos.
Oh, I like that. Finding opportunity in chaos.
And so when you apply that to politics, you could almost imagine a politician who embodies that drunken master spirit.
Oh, okay.
Someone who seems to zig when their opponent expects them to zag.
Okay, I'm starting to see where you're going with this.
Right. Someone who's constantly shifting their stance, keeping the opposition off balance.
Yeah, like using unpredictability as a weapon.
Exactly. It's not about physical fighting. It's about strategy and using unexpected tactics to gain an advantage.
This is blowing my mind.
And this idea of strategic chaos, it's not entirely new, right?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, there are historical parallels.
Okay.
I mean, military leaders have used surprise attacks, feints, all sorts of things to disorient their enemies.
Right.
It's about disrupting your opponent's expectations, forcing them to react instead of act.
Oh, that's so interesting. So you're saying there's a real connection between the way the drunken master fights and these broader ideas of strategy and deception.
Exactly. And it's fascinating to think about how that might play out in the political arena.
Yeah, I mean, could it really work? Are there any politicians, past or present, who you think might have used a similar approach?
It's tough to say for sure. I mean, there are certainly politicians known for their unconventional approaches, for keeping their opponents guessing.
Yeah, okay.
But I think beyond individual examples, this question really pushes us to think about how we define winning in politics.
That's a good point.
Is it always about direct confrontation?
Yeah.
Or can there be these more nuanced indirect strategies at play?
Wow, so we started with this kind of wacky question about Kung Fu, but it's really led us to this much deeper conversation about the nature of political strategy.
Right. And I think that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
It's like we've uncovered this hidden layer of metaphors and symbolism in how we talk about politics.
Yeah. And it's making me rethink everything.
And I think that's the power of a good question, right?
Yeah.
It takes us down these unexpected paths, challenges our assumptions.
It does.
So as you go about your day, I encourage you to think about this.
Okay.
Beyond the specific individuals mentioned, what does this question reveal about about our cultural fascination with the idea of fighting in political context.
Yeah, that's a great question to leave everyone with.
Is it just colorful language,
Right.
or does it reflect something deeper?
Hmm. Something to think about.
Something to think about.
Well, on that note, I want to thank you for joining me on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
It has been really, really thought-provoking.
Thank you for having me.
And to all of you listening out there, keep those questions coming because you never know what kind of rabbit holes we might go down.
You never know.
All right, until next time.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.